What is up, guys? These cryptos will make millionaires. This is not hyperbole. We'll talk about it, okay? And 99 cent or 99%, excuse me, will hate this statement. They'll just vehemently hate the statement. So we'll get into that and more coming up here. But first, as always, cue my guy Indigo Saint. Let's get it. Boom.
Let's get it. Indigo Saint in the building. Blackrue Investing. Let's go.
Who's this producer?
Best believe bro, it's Blackrue Investing. With your money, you ain't gotta be guessing. Profits is what we manifesting. So we binge on that Blackrue Investing. Best believe bro, it's Blackrue Investing. Got course in this race, we ain't resting. We got stocks, we got crypto with a blessing. So thank God for that Blackrue Investing. Best believe bro, it's Blackrue Investing.
What is going on? What is up, Rue Crew? We're in the house here on a Monday. Hope everybody's doing well. Let's hit you with the Decent Wallet commercial coming right now.
Your crypto deserves the best protection. So why settle for less? Decent Crypto Wallet isn't just another wallet. It's safe, secure, easy to use, and supports your favorite cryptocurrencies all at the touch of a button. And now with my exclusive link, you'll save $30 on your new wallet. Better security, smarter investing, $30 in your pocket. Click on the link now and secure your better security today.
So $30 off for one, $99 off for two. What I really love about the Decent Wallet is that you can do swaps inside the wallet. So you don't have to remove your crypto, put it back on an exchange or anything like that. You keep it in your cold storage wallet and do swaps there. Supports all Ethereum coins, all Solana coins, all Binance coins. Really easy to use with the app that they have on your phone. Decent Wallet, been a great partner. And if you see this QR code right there, that's our futures trading partner, BTCC. If you want to make quick investments and take advantage of quick moves in the market, join BTCC where you can get free USD. You can also learn how to futures trade by grabbing the Patreon link. Link is in the description there. We have weekly watch or bi-weekly watch list, which I just put one out this morning. I also put out the monthly stock list this morning. Definitely check out the Patreon where we have 8 shows on futures trading. Okay, so I want so much to get into the 99% will hate this. I want all the smoke. 99% are gonna not like what I have to say. But let's talk about these cryptos that will make millionaires first. And I mean that this is not hyperbole, this is not cap. We're talking for real here. Let's go ahead and share the screen. I see a lot of people in the house today. What's up, Candace Maya? What's up, Big Bang Tank? What's up, Bosnian Muslim? Salam's brother. What's up? What's up, King Pound One? What's up, Lincoln Square Leonidas? What's up, bro? What's up, E, our moderator in Telegram? What's up, Bobby Freedom USA? What's up, Stacking Satoshis? What's up, Charlie J? What's up, Dave F? What's up, Separate Off 00? Final Fantasy character, but then I ended up learning about the Kabbalah, the separate off of the Kabbalah. So very interesting there. What's up, AD33? Let's go. All right, guys. So these cryptos will make millionaires. Basically, understand the XRP ecosystem is going to make millionaires. All right. If you guys have not like looked at XRP and you've heard about all of the nastiness, the slander, the everything, Ripple was always going to be this, right? And there's certain content creators that would call XRP a ghost chain and stuff like that when XRP was 30 cents, right? And now all of a sudden they're talking about XRP now that it's $3 or more. Like it dipped briefly under $3 today, but Now all of a sudden, the people that were calling it ghost chain and saying that the banks wouldn't use it at 30 cents, now they're all of a sudden talking about it when they could have been talking about it at 30 cents and having their audience in it. But I digress, right? So if you're not researched on Ripple, all the things they've bought, like Hit and Road, they bought crypto custody companies. They spent billions of dollars to be able to custody crypto. Their XRP asset, uh, Max and Smoke. Shout out to Max, Smoke, and Jesse from Apex Crypto Consulting. They did some videos on XRP and what XRP is, and it was so hot, so juicy that one of the videos got banned. That's how big it is. And I know what you're thinking, like, oh, what did they say? They must have said something wrong. Nope. They don't want you to have it. The infamous they, right? The infamous they. Now, when I say they, I don't just mean like, just understand, when I say they, I don't mean like, people that don't look like me. I just mean they. Okay, so anybody that doesn't want the best for everyone out there, right? Okay, so we're clear on that. The people in power is what I mean when I say they. Okay, just so people are clear with that. And the people in power are all different races, colors, and creeds. So when I say they, let's just know that I mean the people in power. Okay. So let's go ahead and share the screen here. An extended little intro there. Okay, so the first part of understanding this, right, is understanding that cryptos are really commodities. And these commodities, they're going to incentivize people for holding on to these long term, right? And a lot of these commodities are eventually going to be world reserve currencies. Excuse me, I thoroughly believe that, especially XRP. And we know that Flare, Songbird, XLR, these are different cryptos that work with the XRP ledger, that have connection to the XRP ledger. XLR through Wormhole, and Flare and Songbird through doing DeFi on XRP. So they're going to incentivize you to hold the things that support Stronghold, that support XRP. Stronghold is actually another cryptocurrency that supports XRP. Definitely check out the show that me and Max recently did on Stronghold, where it says Stronghold, a key piece to XRP. And for you guys who always complain about me doing 2-hour videos, this is a nice 10-minute video for you. So check out the video section and you'll see that nice 10-minute video for all the people complain about the 2-hour live shows, okay? So definitely check that out, okay? But guess what just happened with Stronghold? And we'll show one of our favorite creators here. Shout out to Red Pill Pro. This is from LCX. He's just like retweeting it here. Congrats, Stronghold Pay community. SHX rallied with incredible support, winning the vote to get listed on the LCX exchange, including a new Euro trading pair. Now, your boy has been talking about LCX for quite a while here, years in fact. So LCX is really gearing itself up. Check out the recent video I did on LCX to $1. But I definitely think it's going to be more than $1, but LCX to $1, right? So LCX has been listing all of these tokens that are very, very connected to XRP. Last week, they listed XPR, right? Metallicus XPR. This week, they list Stronghold. Now, remember I told you guys, World Economic Forum, okay? On the World Economic Forum site, because remember, LCX is a member of World Economic Forum. And then aside on that, right? Larry Fink is now the interim leader of the World Economic Forum. So Larry Fink is now the new Klaus Schwab, by the way, because Klaus Schwab resigned. So you can't even write that script. You can't write that script even better. Because I know people joke around and say, "Oh, it's BlackRock, right? BlackRock's in control of everything." Well, well, BlackRock leader is now head of the WEF. Can't write that script any better, right? But I digress a little bit here. Um, so LCX, it used to be on the World Economic Forum website until I made this short, and then a couple days after that, they took it down. Even though this short only 111 people seen it, right? Call it coincidence, maybe it is, right? Who knows? But hold on a second here. We got some beeping going on. Let's see what that is all about. Swift blockchain moving up a little bit. I put a very tight a very tight little alert on this one. Shout out to Swift blockchain. Video coming up on that very soon too. So let's get back to where we were. So yeah, LCX. It used to be shown on the World Economic Forum website that they were a blockchain bank. Okay. Now guess what? The internet doesn't forget. And since I made a short on it, I can actually show you where it was on the World Economic Forum website. So definitely check out this short. This is one of the first shorts I made. And if we try to zoom in on it, this is when I was first kind of playing around with a certain system I used to make shorts. It's kind of hard to see here. Let me see if there's something I can do to make this bigger. That's what she said. Let me see if I can do this. Okay, that seems to be as big as it's gonna get there, so to speak. Let me see. Okay, there we go. All right, you see where it says it right here, but I'm gonna play it. But you can see where this is from the World Economic Forum. You can see that's the website I'm on right now, right? And you can see it says blockchain banks. And I'm gonna read this out. Okay, I'm gonna read this out.
Push up.
Well, so if you look at LCX's description from the World Economic Forum, they literally say it. A blockchain bank for the new financial world. Like, need I say more? But let me just go on. LCX's goal is to become one of the world's first licensed and supervised blockchain banks, seamlessly blending traditional and crypto assets. LCX will be offering the next generation of digital asset exchange, a security token exchange, crypto asset financial products and services. LCX is focused on helping both traditional and blockchain market participants make the most of opportunities arising from the growth of cryptocurrencies and tokenized assets. So, if we know that, right, then LCX is trying to get the best crypto assets it can possibly get. Don't be kind of fooled by the, oh yeah, you guys voted on it, so we listed it. I think they're trying to list the best crypto assets, the most just clearly the best crypto assets, the ones that are going to be mostly connected to the best biggest assets like an XRP, like a Bitcoin, like an Ethereum. They want to hold on as a blockchain bank, right? For that area, they're going to want to hold on to the best crypto assets. Because think of these things as assets or commodities, right? Stronghold being one of them, a key piece for XRP. Definitely check out that video. XPR being another. That we've already made on previous shows links to XPR and XRP. So you know that, right? And think about LCX, right? As far as it being a blockchain bank, where is it located? in Liechtenstein. Liechtenstein is right next to all the Swiss banks because it's right next to Switzerland. So it's in the optimum place to become a blockchain bank that every other, cryptocurrency and crypto deals with. Okay, it's Swift still going up here. Okay. All right, Swift. Whoa there. Whoa, buddy. Okay. So, what's up, Jack Thompson? What's up, brother? Appreciate you coming through. So, yeah, guys. So think about that. We got LCX here. We just spoke on Flare. We just spoke on XRP. Let's bring it back over here to Red Pill for Pro. He makes a comment here. If they have it ready this quickly, they were going to do it anyway. So he's basically implying kind of what I'm implying, which is don't be fooled by the Stronghold community rallied with incredible support with the winning vote to list it. That it's like they gave you a whole bunch of choices, but what they really wanted to list was Stronghold anyway. You know what I mean? Like you know what I'm saying? Like you can kind of manipulate votes that way. I'm not saying that they manipulated anything directly, but I think Red Pill Pro put it the best way. I'm just gonna put it the way he put it. If they had it ready this quickly, they were gonna do it anyway. So notice they listed XPR really quickly as it's taken off. They also listed Stronghold really quickly as it's taken off. Is that a coincidence? Or did they want to list those anyway and they put those up for a vote while they were taking off, knowing that people would pick that? You be the judge on that. But again, if they're going to be a blockchain bank, I think they're going to want an SHX in their stable of assets. They would also want an XPR in their stable of assets. So thinking about that and knowing that, these should be high on your list as well. All right, if they're holding on to it. Okay, being in Liechtenstein, being a blockchain bank, being a member of the World Economic Forum, knowing that they're holding on to these, you might want to too. Okay, so now in that whole vein of relating to XRP and how XRP is going to make millionaires, right? Let's listen to Hugo Fillion, okay, CEO of Flare, on Jenna X's platform, okay, on her X. Beautiful Jenna X. Let me be careful. I think she's married, but she's a very beautiful young lady. Let's go ahead and listen here to Hugo Fillion right here. And I have it on like really, really fast speed, so let me slow it down to regular speed.
Things like insurance, things like providing liquidity for real-world asset trading on-chain. These are very low-risk financial activities. They provide real yield, and they allow people to effectively lock up their XRP with effectively the same risk as staking or a similar risk as staking and get a yield off the back of that. And that's real yield, not just fictitious yield. And that's quite nice. So that's Firelight. And Vivo Power are a XRP treasury company, the first and very, very legitimate. I've seen a few announcements that I think are from other treasury companies.
Vivo Power, the Patreons will recognize that. Let's continue.
These not Vivo Power that look a bit spurious. I think there's a big market for this at the moment. But Vivo Power is a very legitimate company run by legitimate people. And they are they were the first XRP treasury company to announce, and they've formed a partnership with Flare around this staking protocol. And Uphold have also announced that they will be allowing their users to stake their XRP through Firelight on Flare. And Crypto.com, talk in their press release.
So you hear that? So Uphold is already gearing up to allow people to stake XRP through Flare. Now, like weeks ago, in a collaboration with our guy Max, shout out to Maximus Crypto, we told you about Vivo Power getting together with the Saudi Arabian prince. Yes, with the Saudi prince to put $121 million into a treasury along with Vivo Power to invest XRP, to put that into XRP and put that on the Flare platform to stake. Okay? And they're going to do that via Uphold, via Flare. And that's exactly what Hugo is talking about right now. Let's go back a little bit here.
Also announced that they will be allowing their users XRP treasury company, the first and very, very legitimate. I've seen a few announcements that I think are from other treasury companies, not Vivo Power, that look a bit spurious. I think there's a big market for this at the moment. But Vivo Power is a very legitimate company run by legitimate people. And they are pretty much, they were the first XRP treasury company to announce, and they've formed a partnership with Flare around this staking protocol. And Uphold have also announced that they will be allowing their users to stake their XRP through Firelight on Flare. And Crypto.com, talk in their press release about how Vivo Power will be able to offer the staking to their shareholders, or be able to allow their shareholders to benefit from staking on Flare through Firelight.
So also Vivo Power through Crypto.com will also be able to do some staking, as shareholders of Vivo Power through Crypto.com. So not sure exactly how that's going to work. Are they going to be able to stake the shares of Vivo Power, or are they going to be able to stake XRP? I think it's shares of Vivo Power through Crypto.com. And since Vivo Power has XRP in its treasury, then it's almost like they're staking XRP. So I'm not sure how that's going to work out and how that's going to work out with rewards for Crypto.com. But as far as Uphold goes, Uphold is going to allow, they don't have this in place yet, but it's been announced. They're going to allow for people to stake XRP on their platform. And Hugo's going to kind of go over, hey, all the XRP is on decentralized, like it's on exchanges. So we want to be able to do DeFi with that XRP. So we want to hit the market of exchanges and offer staking. Okay. And this goes right into what Max Smoke and Jesse from Apex Crypto Consulting were talking about. Definitely go check out their videos if you haven't already. And I think Max put the banned video on his X account. So definitely go look for the banned video on this X account if they haven't taken it down already. So let's continue here.
Through the Crypto.com platform.
This is huge. This is exciting news. And I feel like this is just kind of the beginning. I know you probably can't say too much more, but pretty exciting stuff. I'm going to pass it. This question's for both of you guys. Do you think that XRP's centralized perception will help or hurt its entry into DeFi? Santiago, I'm going to pass it to you first.
Well, I think it's important to define.
By the way, we do have a link with Caleb and Brown. So if you guys want to use Caleb and Brown, we do have a link to it below. I'm pretty confident in Caleb and Brown. Everybody that I spoke to has no problem with them. So if you want to do, I know for sure they have ZBCN. I'm not sure if they have XCN or not, but I know for sure they have ZBCN. Okay, so definitely take a look at Caleb and Brown. Their link is in the description below. And they have brokers in which you can talk to the broker 24/7. 24/7. So let's continue here. I don't think we want to hear exactly what Santiago is going to say here, so I'm going to skip him. But definitely, if you want to hear the whole thing, come over here to Jenna X Crypto's platform on X. And this was pinned August 15th, so it's pinned to the top. So you should be able to get it right there at the top, and you can listen to the whole thing. Let's skip ahead a little bit here.
Majority of the DeFi.
For DeFi in itself, the thing that XRP for that.
Thank you, Santiago. Hugo, I'm going to pass it to you. What are your thoughts on that? Do you feel that the XRP centralized perception will help or hurt its entry into DeFi?
So I think I'm agnostic on that question, meaning, first of all, XRP is not centralized. It's very clear. There's different degrees of decentralization. Some people claim more decentralization than other networks. If you look at the majority of the DeFi networks out there, I would say they are no more decentralized than the XRP ledger. Even if you take Bitcoin, sure, it has a hashing algorithm and these kind of things, but you do only have a few small centers where that can only be done. The hurdle for decentralization.
Now, this is going to piss off a lot of Bitcoin people, and this is not the 99% comment, but it could be. This is going to piss off a lot of the Bitcoin people, but as far as Bitcoin being decentralized, Hugo's bringing up a point, and he's dancing around the point here, but he's doing that because he has to, right? We can just straight out talk about it, right? I don't know how the algorithms would like that, but hey, hopefully you guys share around my show, and hopefully we just got to 7,000 and we're going strong. We're heading to 10,000. Please like and subscribe. Now, here's the thing where he's saying like there are degrees of decentralization. Right now, since Bitcoin, as far as mining Bitcoin, the big miners like a CleanSpark, like a what's the other one? I can't think of them off the top of my head. Oh my gosh, I have their stock too. Cores. If you're trying to mine Bitcoin now, you have to have tons and tons of miners. So now, really, Bitcoin, as far as like any type of voting or anything like that, it's going to the big miners, and it's going to people that hold tons and tons of Bitcoin, like Tezos Corporation, like MicroStrategy. So is it really decentralized as it used to be, where people like, software engineers were just mining Bitcoin, at their like university? Not really, no. It's not as decentralized as it used to be. So this is the point that he's making, that, hey, huge miners now hold Bitcoin in because they're the only ones that can afford to mine the Bitcoin like that and actually be rewarded Bitcoin. So Bitcoin isn't as decentralized as it used to be, right? So there are degrees of decentralization for these coins right now. So he's making a good point. He can't directly say that, but that's the point he's talking about.
Centralization for Bitcoin is ownership of physical equipment, which is actually quite a high hurdle because you have a returns to scale in Bitcoin mining.
See, that's what he says. It's like, okay, well, if you're mining Bitcoin, you need to own a lot of equipment. Like, basically, of course, like, okay, unless you're $1 million miner, you're not gonna have any say. Period. Full stop. Or unless you're like Satoshi or somebody that really mined tons and tons of Bitcoin early on, right? And you just hold a lot of Bitcoin.
That means that really you only make money if you own a ton of equipment, and only a few people can do that. So with regards to the centralization aspect, in reality, is like basically a bit of mental masturbation. So I kind of like I don't really think about it or care. What I would say is that what we know is that a very large number of XRP holders hold their tokens through centralized entities like exchanges and institutions. Now that's a problem for DeFi, which is why we've been, that's a problem for DeFi in that your user base that actually hold the XRP themselves is relatively, as a percentage of the XRP holder base, relatively small. And that is why we've been working with Firelight, with our DeFi protocols, to effectively offer these services to institutions. Like that's our market. That's where most of the XRP is. That's
So again, they're gearing up to offer staking services to institutions. So essentially, if you think about it, and shout out to Coach JV of 3T Warrior Academy, these institutions like a Uphold, like a Coinbase, will eventually kind of take some of the market share away from banks. And again, you kind of have to look at that with a side eye and in that, like, okay, well, who's really backing Coinbase and Uphold anyway? Is it the banks anyway that's backing them? That's up for you to look into and research and do your own research there. But on its face, Coinbase, Uphold, Gemini, things like this, crypto.com, they will take some of the market share away from banks. And like banks originally did, they're going to offer you greater rewards to bank with them instead of banking with a traditional bank. Okay. Hence, XRP staking. Uphold also offered where they can give you 4% back in XRP if you direct deposit with them. So things like this, right? Things like the staking I just showed you, where they offer you staking for Flare, staking for Songbird, staking for XLR. They're going to be taking a lot of market share away from banks. And the first movers in that, like us crypto guys, are really going to benefit because we are going to get interest for just holding, okay? For just holding XRP or just holding Flare or just holding any of these things that are possibly going to be world reserve currencies, okay? So that's really good news for us as crypto investors.
That's why you're seeing Vivo Power, Uphold, and Crypto.com make announcements about Flare.
And again, it's so cutting edge and it's so strong that the Saudi prince decided, hey, I might as well put 120 something million. How much of that 120 is his? How much of it is Vivo Power's? We don't necessarily know, but he definitely decided to put some money there. So my thought is it's probably secure. It's probably secure.
Strategy is to go to institutions. Of course, we're retail friendly. In fact, we've been working really, really hard to make the flows of getting your XRP onto Flare easy, and then the flows of being able to use DeFi on Flare as easy as possible. We have a new wallet called Luminite, which means you don't even need a private key. And of course, we have some great wallets like Bifrost. We have Wallet Connect. We have a Flare portal. All these things help people use the network. But ultimately, where the bulk of the XRP value sits is with centralized institutions. And that's kind of our biggest strategy these days.
Okay.
Perfect. So definitely check that out. Check out the whole interview here on Jenna X's platform. Definitely go check that out. Now, coming back here, we have the official announcement from Uphold from the block here, where they say, Uphold CEO discusses XRP staking via Flare, weighs U.S. regulatory hurdles. This was June 13th, 2025, in which he says, is optimistic about the potential of wrapping XRP so users can stake it and earn a yield. Okay, and we've already seen some of this already with Uphold, where they were giving people ZBCN for just holding XRP. Okay? So they're really trying to reward people for just holding for holding XRP. Okay? And again, this kind of goes right in line to the stuff that Max, Smoke, and Jesse were talking about. Definitely go check out their videos, guys, if you haven't already. So they say here, Uphold has over 10 million users in 140 countries. Excuse me. The company has recently announced a new debit card and direct deposit bonus in the United States, which will allow users to earn a 4% XRP cashback style bonus. So again, if you guys watched the video with Max, Jesse, and Smoke, you'll understand that they, quote unquote, they need us, they need us to have XRP be decentralized. So offering a cashback bonus is just going to get XRP in the hands of more people, right? Again, think of XRP right now, it's $3, but again, it was 30 cents over just like a year and a half ago, right? Now imagine when it's $10, when it's $11, right? When it's $100, okay? But the more decentralized this could be is if it gets in the hands of more people, and they're slowly thinking of ways and inventing ways to do that. But again, the people who can stake it and have a lot of it to stake are going to benefit the most. Easy way to think about this is to think about the first people who had Intel stock or Ford stock. They constantly get paid dividends just to diamond hand it. Okay. Same thing is going to happen with XRP. Okay. Same thing. Okay. So we read that article a little bit. If you guys want to see and read the whole article, I'll drop it in the Patreon. Definitely check out the Patreon. We do a open mic night. We had another open mic night this last Friday. We have them every Friday, and they're very cool. People ask questions. People talk about different coins they talk about or they have, and we even discuss things like Antarctica that came up. So always a fun time in the open mic night. And we also have every Thursday, me, Max, and Crypto Future do an exclusive Patreon video. I'm calling us the Triple Threat Team. I don't know if I have another nickname, but we're triple threats out there. Okay. It's like Ice Cube, darn near get a triple double every time. It's a triple threat time with these guys. Every time it's a triple double every time out with those guys. So shout out to Crypto Future. Shout out to Max. Let's go ahead here and all right. Now we're at the point where I'm going to say something. And of course, guys, go ahead and put all your comments at the end. We have a format in this show. I present the information and then I come to the comments. I'm going to want some comments for this, okay? Let's get nice and close here. 99% of people are not going to like what I'm going to say right now, okay? Understand I'm talking to normies. Probably not you, okay, in the audience, because my audience is a very astute audience, okay? None of my patrons. I'm probably just talking to normies because you're going to understand exactly right away what I mean. Maybe you might want normies to see this, but I've been hearing this so much that I thought I should address it. And I've said a whole bunch of different things that people, like, I think to pat myself on the back is ahead of my time. Like I was saying, okay, utility coins over meme coins. Like when people were like, they had a guy come out and say, "Oh, it's gonna be a meme coin super cycle," and here I am, utility coin super cycle. I don't think that this is right at all. I don't think the meme coin super cycle is right at all. And then Trump gets in the office and utility coins 10x, right? So here we go. As far as investments go, crypto investments are greater than AI investments. Period. Hands down. There's not even a question. There's no question. Crypto investments greater than AI investments. Okay? Now, again, I don't like to be like, okay, this one or that one. Whenever somebody asks me like, oh, well, Chainlink or XRP or LCX or this coin. I always say, well, you can always do a split 50-50 or 60-40 or 70-30. But I think hands down, crypto investments are going to destroy AI investments. And here's why. Well, we already know that AI is embedded in crypto. They're AI cryptos. Okay. But I really think when we talk about ISO 20022 cryptos, when we talk about things like Flare, things like even Fetch AI and things like that, I think crypto investments are going to hands down beat AI because they're going to be things that you're going to want to hold on to forever. They're going to be things that are going to give you passive income. And passive income is how you maintain wealth. Okay. The hardest part about wealth is not, is keeping it. Right. The hardest part about wealth is keeping it. And the way you're going to keep your wealth is by having passive income. AI necessarily, unless you're like a guy that's going to make this like snazzy AI app and everybody's going to use it and somebody's not going to come along and like copy what you wrote and, copy it out from under you and like, because you don't have enough money to buy a patent or whatever or to maintain your idea or whatever. Crypto investments are going to destroy AI investments every day of the week. And what I keep hearing from normies, right, is that AI, and no one is even aware of the things that Donald Trump is doing for cryptocurrency. Like, I I was talking to someone and they said, okay, name 3 things that Donald Trump has done for crypto or for anything. And I'm like, well, the Clarity Act, the Genius Act, the end of the Ripple case. Like, should I go on? Bitcoin reserves, his company DJT bought Ethereum, it bought Bitcoin, it bought Tron. He's doing tons for crypto, but no one is really focused on that. Everyone's talking AI, no one's talking cryptocurrency. So I don't know. Do I got any smoke on that? Does anyone want to refute that or argue against that? What I see is that cryptocurrency is it's better, and most people are so focused on AI that they're missing cryptocurrency. They're missing all the things that Donald Trump is doing to further cryptocurrency out here and to make things to just make it easier for cryptocurrency. Well, like, I hope people have been paying attention to those strongholds. Swift is still moving upward. I hope people are still paying attention. Let me change that again here. We'll just put it up here so it doesn't beep again. Or maybe it will beep again. We'll see. Stronghold has just been gassing it. Just up, and up, and up, and up, and up. And now LCX is one of the first exchanges to list it. Came out of nowhere. Everybody was expecting everybody else, right? We've been talking about this on the show. Kraken, all these different exchanges opened up things on the ledger where they're receiving Stronghold. It was Kraken, it was Coinbase, it was, Gemini, everybody else. And then LCX just comes up here and says, hold my beer. and they say they're listing it next week. So I don't know, guys. I think like Stronghold is going to be like integral. Definitely check out the video we did on this, and you'll understand it's a key piece to XRP, and this is why I think they made it so hard for us to get Stronghold. They went out of their way to make it hard for us to get Stronghold, and it's done nothing but just melt faces the past what, like really since November 24th, it's done nothing but melt faces. It went all the way up to 2 cents, said ha ha ha, went down to 0.07 and is ripped ever since. And I don't think it's done. And this is it went all the way up to 2 cents. This was before they even announced the escrow. And now that they've announced the escrow, I just think, $1 is imminent. It's really imminent. So let's go ahead and get into the comments here. And I welcome anybody on the recordings. If you got some smoke about that AI comment, let's hear it. What's up, T. Riley? Rue and crew, get ready. September Rockets. I'm telling you, September 7th, I think is going to be a rocket. It's a full moon date. And if you look at the astrology, right, September should actually be the 7th month. So I think that's going to be a jackpot date. Full moon. It'll technically be 777 on September 7th. I think we're gonna rock it that day, man. I really think we're gonna rock it that day. So shout out to T. Riley. Yeah. So watch that date, y'all. It's coming. It's coming. Let me see right here really quick if I missed any other super chats. T. Riley with the super chat every time, man. I appreciate you so much, man. Thank you so much for your generosity, man. It really helps, and everything goes back into the show for sure. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, what's up, Bosnian Muslim? Salams, brother. What's up, Big Bank Tank? Yo, King is in the building. What's up, Candace? Maya. What's up? Calling me a king. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Hit that like button, y'all, for sure. What's up, King Pound 1? Appreciate you, brother. What's up, Lincoln Square Leonidas? Happy to make a live. Definitely check out Lincoln Square Leonidas' channel, by the way, too. Let's bring his channel up. Typing it in. I'm a slow typer, y'all. I wasn't a fast typer to begin with. Then I had that stroke, bro. And my dexterity on my right hand is pretty good. But so let's go ahead, switch over here. Okay, now we got the crazy zoom. Let me zoom out. Definitely go check out his channel here, Lincoln Square Leonidas. Appreciate you, brother. He definitely mentioned my channel in one of his posts. And I just want to return the favor here. Definitely go check out Lincoln Square Leonidas if you guys haven't already. And then let's go back here to, what's that beeping? Something else is beeping here? Let's see. Or is it Swift again? Okay. I don't think that was Swift again. I think that was a premature beep, so to speak. What's up, E? Shout out to E. He's our moderator in Telegram. Let's go. Rue, we in here. Let's go. Let me start that. What's up, Bobby Freedom USA? Oh, dang, I'm actually late enough to catch a live. I've been following you for a hot minute. Blowing my mind on your knowledge, my man. Appreciate it. What's up, Stacking Satoshis? Start that one. Rue, what's your biggest bag? What is my biggest bag? Probably ZBCN, to be honest with you. It's up there. We got a lot of that. We got a lot of ZBCN. Um, let's freaking go, fam. What's up, Charlie J? What's up, Dave F, my man? What's up, Sephiroth 000? Winter is coming. Rate cuts, ISO, November deadline, pending major listings. ZBCN to the Milky Way. Let's go. Yeah, ZBCN. Shout out to Jetpack. I thought he showed something. I don't know if he shared this on Twitter yet or not. But it seems like there's Coinbase wallets that are stocking up on their ZBCN. So possibly ZBCN might be listed by Coinbase soon. Try telling people about your content, and when I tell them some of your videos are 2 hours long, they say, hell no. Little do they know the back and forth grows the mind and thought process. You're the man. Thank you so much. Well, I'm trying to do more short form content. Like I said here, if we go ahead and come back here, let me see. Where are we here? Okay, so if you see here on my videos, which we have more videos here lately, that's 25 minutes, 35 minutes, 12 minutes here. We're really trying to give you guys the short form content you like. So, we're really trying hard. It's really hard for me to just kind of shorten it down to like 20 minutes. But I'm going to get there for you guys because I see the YouTube algorithm really likes those types of videos better. So, but again, the whole 2-hour experience, I feel is really like, they're some of my highest grossing videos. They bring a lot of money into the channel. And I like to talk to you guys. And I feel that everybody learns. Like people ask questions. People tell me about gems that I might not have been looking at. So, the 2-hour shows will always happen. I'm always going to do that. I might not be able to get to every comment, but usually most shows I get to all the comments. But also, I am also going to give you guys the short form content. So definitely pay attention to my videos. We're going to get more short form content out because the algorithm likes that. And we're looking to grow the channel here, right? So, you know what you hold. Yep, 100%. Start that, brother. AD33, yo. I'm investing in Ripple stock. Also is a smart move. Now, I heard someone, I'm not going to say the name, but I heard someone say, wait till the bear market or wait till Ripple comes out with the stock and then invest. I think that is a bad move. Now, Bosnian Muslim, I know that's not what you're saying. You're saying I'm going to invest in it in addition to what you're doing right now, which is awesome. You know what I mean? But I'm really hoping that people are not listening to the person that said, wait and invest in the Ripple stock. Because again, I can show you where a really big name family owns like 8.7% of XRP, not the company, but XRP, the coin. So honestly, I think the coin is going to be a better, bigger value, better asset than even the company. Okay. And again, if you watch Max, Smoke, and Jesse's video, you'll understand that XRP, the coin, has almost an unlimited, just like Bitcoin, almost unlimited potential as far as growth, as far as what it can be as an asset. So again, if you're looking at the stock over the coin, you're missing the entire point. Okay, and again, I know that's not what you're saying, Bosnian Muslim, but again, I'm saying that to all the crowd out here who might be listening to someone who's telling them to wait for a bear market when this might be your last time to get these assets under $1, okay? Or in XRP's case, under $3. Like, so again, I'm trying to make that very, very clear and point that out and be very emphatic with what I'm saying, because I really mean it. This might be the last time you might be able to get some of these coins under $1, like in Stronghold's case, in Hedera's case, in Stellar's case. Don't miss that because somebody's telling you to wait for a bear market, or somebody's telling you to invest in the stock only, and that's going to be a better value than the coin. Not financial advice. Do what you want, but I really think if that's the choice you're making, you're free to make whatever choice you want. No financial advice from me. I feel like people might be missing out if that's the choice they want to make. Investing in Ripple stock. Yep, we got that one. What's up, Kevin Garrett? What's up? I was gonna say Kevin Garnett because I'm a basketball fan. King Pound crypto is a different time now. Is moving forward, and more regulations will follow. When the world goes digital, these prices will skyrocket. 100% star that one for real. A digital prison, no privacy, all security. Oh, Mel, so I might as well get rich off it. Well, see, the problem is, and the problem arises is like everything's a central bank currency, right? So if you're saying digital prison, then it's like, okay, well, are you not going to spend dollars? Are you not going to spend, Arab, I forget what they call them, dinars? If the only way you're going to get away from spending central bank currency is if you're like Amish, or you're like in some type of commune in which you guys do skill trades. You know what I mean? Everything really is tied back to the central bank. This is our system right now. Digitally, that's going to give them, will it give more tracking? Yes. But at the same time, it might make things a lot easier too, as far as loans go, as far as, leveraging assets. It'll make it really easier. But with ease also comes like the temptation to get in a lot of debt. That is true. That is true. But again, if you're one of us, if you're one of the people that's taking advantage of crypto right now, you're going to be a first mover. You're going to be in the things that are going to be world reserve currencies, and you're going to be pocketing and staking them for passive income. Okay, so you're going to be the new 1%. I really, there's a lot of, I don't only believe that. I've shown research to back that up. WikiCat, what's up, Abe? Idamove 333. Dave, yep, that the infamous they, right? Gotta make time to look into staking on Flare with all that integration into XRP, but been looking at XPR and lending on metal 100%, both of those. And in fact, check out the show in which we mentioned that. The passive income engines for XRP, both Flare and XPR. At the moment, XPR through their lending platform, hopefully let me go to their lending platform, and hopefully my wallet is not showing there. Let me just verify that. Okay, it is not. Okay. So technically, this is not staking, but it's like a form of staking. They're offering loan token for you to just lend your XRP. So you're not doing any borrowing. You're only lending your XRP, and for you lending it, they're giving you loan token and a tiny smidgen of XRP, 0.07%. So I think this is a pretty good deal for staking that doesn't exist on XRP yet, or doesn't exist with Flare just yet. They have it. They have like a demo version of it where they're offering some coins right now, but there seems to be more money over here deposited in XRP right now. And of course, they already announced what the Saudi Prince was going to do with Vivo Power. It seems like we don't have access to that yet. So maybe that staking system with Flare kind of already exists, but they haven't completely rolled it out to the public yet. So let's just see how that goes. Maybe they offer a higher percentage than what Metal is offering right here, but that loan token, it just continues to grow and grow. Shout out to our guy Jack Thompson. He has a lot of loan. And I'm happy for our brother out here. What's up, Ava to move again? What's up, Rue? XRPL chain coming to WebAuth wallet. Yep, they said they put out a vote. They put out a vote too. Did that vote get approved? Let's see here. Let's go to Metallicus. They put out a vote too. Let's see. Which chain should we add next? Overwhelming XRP Ledger over Hedera and Bitcoin. So let's see. Let's see if it. And like it's like I think they already know sometimes when they do this, right? I think they might know. Okay, like if we put out a vote and we put these in it, how likely is it that XRP Ledger would be the choice? You know what I mean? So it's like it's almost like, but hey, maybe they do, maybe they don't. I'm not accusing them of like anything foul or anything like that, but gotta kind of believe they have an idea of how that vote's gonna go, right? But yeah, I would be really happy if they do XRP Ledger or Hedera, Bitcoin, whatever. But XRP Ledger or Hedera, I would be really happy with that. But ultimately, I think they'll do them all. But yeah. SHX and Zebec getting added to Ledger. Hot diggity dang. I want SHX staking. Me too, man. Me too. I want SHX staking so freaking bad out here. So bad out here. I was just looking that up today and I was like, dang, they don't have it yet. Metal, 100%. Metal blockchain went from 8 cents to 45 cents and nobody's talking about it. Yep. I'm talking about it over here. And shout out to Mr. Foresight. I know he's talking about it. I got Max on board. Max is talking about it a little bit. Yeah, so there are people out here talking about it. So yeah. On the low end, where do you see XPR going this cycle? I'd say the low end could be like 33 cents. I know I always say 33 cents for stuff, but these things are kind of around the same. Like I really think 33 cents, but let's just take a look here. Let's do a market cap of a market. Okay, so let's say Caspa and XPR. SPR with the market cap of CAS would be 8 cents. Really? I thought it would be more than that. Let's see. Oh, okay, with all-time high 17 cents. Okay. So all-time high would be 5 billion. Market cap 17 cents. Okay. For some reason, I think that's wrong. I don't know why. Yeah, but anyways, They say with 5 billion, it would be around 17 cents, which is 28x from here. Let me go look at. That's very interesting to me because with ZBCN, right? With the all-time high, they say that will be 5 cents, which is 13x from here. So I guess that might be right because ZBCN's supply is around 100 billion, and if I'm not wrong here, I think XPR supply is 30 something billion. And then if we look at another coin of ours, which is Swift, which I think Swift blockchain, the supply there is 10 billion. So if we did all-time high. So yeah, I think it's accurate. So I guess I'll have to change that to, we go back here. XPR, I really think 33 cents is really possible. But if I'm using the CAS all-time high, I guess I would have to go with 18. But I think it can go beyond that when we think about the lending protocol. And we already saw with the lending protocol can be connected into TradFi. So honestly, I think it can go beyond this. So if we think about it then with Hedera's market cap, let's do Hedera. Yeah, which is 10 billion. That gets us to the 33, around the 33 cent thing. And remember, this whole market cap thing is not it's not a one-to-one of money that's in the token, right? If XPR all of a sudden gets this constant flow, which we know it's possible for it to get a constant flow of money because it's connected to credit unions, this 59x is probably even low. Okay, so when we're thinking about the whole market cap of you have to think about it as a constant flow, or to use the fixed theory, water hose or water flow. That constant flow can get it to this and beyond. Again, so when you think about all these different cryptocurrencies, especially the ISO related ones, money is going to be constantly flowing through these things. So the market caps, you can almost throw them out of the window for real. Okay. And again, if you watch, I keep referencing these guys. And of course, you know, Max is my guy. So, Max, Smoke, and Smoke, Smoke. I haven't met him yet, but he's nice enough to say, to like some of the posts I make and stuff like that. So I appreciate that. Definitely check out the video with Max, Smoke, and Jesse from Apex Crypto Consulting, and you can kind of get, this may be a constant flow with the money that's going to be locked into these cryptocurrencies. So let's continue here. So low end XPR, 18 cents. High end, who knows, even $1. Like high end might even be $1. So let's say low end 18 cents, high end, quote unquote, high end 33 cents. So 18 to 33 cents for XPR. XPR $5 for Bosnian Muslim here. Think the Stink from Phantom Beat. What's up, Crypto Rico Clean? Look at Metal Blockchain Max Supply. Yeah, the max supply for Metal is 6666666. Like 666 million, something like that. It's all sixes. So yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting. Bobby Freedom USA, $5 XPR. That sounds insane, but haven't dug that deep into it yet. Again, think about being connected to all these different credit unions, and all these different credit unions having people that need loans, and all those loans going into the metal lending program. So would $5 be really ridiculous? Not really. Not really. Not really at all. And again, this is something to think about when people are talking about wait till next bear run or something like that. That's some craziness, bro. I don't even, I do not subscribe to that at all. When you think about these different cryptos, especially the ISO ones and the ISO related ones, right? What's up, Dreamer? Bro, I thought the Larry Fink story was a joke. Anything is possible these days. Yep. I thought it was too. I was like, and Max, I think, was the first person to tell me. I was like, Max, are you serious, bro? Like, like I said it like 3 times. Like, are you for real serious? Are you really, really serious? Like, that's crazy, bro. It's so crazy. It's unbelievable. What a script, brother. Unreal. Right? What's up, Jose De La Torre? What's going on, brother? Another regular. What's up, Ruel? ZBCN and Ondo are huge partnerships with XRP. What do you think about LaDainian Tomlinson? Have great long show player. I enjoy them. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. I haven't heard about LaDainian Tomlinson. Wait, wasn't he one of the first players to get his stuff in Bitcoin? A great running back, by the way. Excellent running back. Probably my second favorite running back, of course, to Barry Sanders. Barry Sanders is like, coming from Detroit, definitely one of my heroes. Bro was just amazing on the field. Bobby by 2030, yes. I know a lot of people are looking towards 2030 to be kind of the breakout. I think we might get to a lot of the values on these coins before 2030, because I think people are thinking, oh, they're going to be able to wait till the next bull run, and I think Trump is going to make everything come in now. Like, honestly, I don't know that we're going to have to wait till 2030. I really don't. I think people are going to think that they can wait till 2030, and then they're going to turn around and look, and 2026 it's going to be here. And like, I know that Kathy Wood has said 2030. I know all the different big wigs have said 2030, and I think people are going to think that they can wait, and they're going to miss out. Like, so honestly, not financial advice, but I'd rather lock it in now. And if it ends up being 2030, then yeah, I just got 4 more years, but I'm going to do as much as I can right now, because I don't know that it's going to hold off till 2030. I really don't. What's up, Crypto Crossroads Show? Let's go ahead and show our brother Crypto Crossroads Show's stuff. And guys, if you're not aware, me and Crypto Crossroads Show did a live collab here. Let me bring it up. Here we go. Blackrue Crypto Crossroads Show, Lightlink and Velo connections. Velo's another one of those BlackRock adjacent cryptos. It supports the Build L fund, or the Build fund. Okay, all the cryptos related to that, I think, have a piece for them. They is going to be, I'm locking it in right now. They is going to be the word to put in the show, in the comments at the end of the show. They. That's what if you made it to the end, put they in the comments and I'll know you made it to the end. Okay. So definitely check out our brother Crypto Crossroads Show. Now, if you want to find his channel, just scroll on down here. You got to go to the home page. Scroll on down. You'll see a list of channels that I support. Underdog Research Channel. Shout out to Underdog Research Channel. He just started doing some more videos again, so definitely check out our brother Shook Focus Digital. Definitely check out our brother Shook. Maximus Crypto. The Mooniverse. She does astrology. Again, JP Morgan quote, millionaires don't do astrology. Billionaires with a B do astrology. Check out Mooney, the Gentleman of Crypto, MIC Odd App, Simon Family Investments, Benzinga, One-on-One Media, Crypto Future, The Ronin Experience, and our brother, the Crypto Crossroad Show. Let's get bro to 1,000. He deserves it. Let's go ahead and click on the show. And again, bro, he's only been around for about 4 months, but he's a member of my community. Okay. So he's giving me info on Swift and different other cryptos. So I definitely know bro's research is stellar. So definitely check out his videos. Recently just doing one on Stellar, XLM, and the CP group. Did one on Swift blockchain, and also did one on IXS and Coinbase. Again, definitely want to check him out when it comes to all of these cryptos, but specifically Lightlink, Velo, and IXS. Okay, so definitely check our brother out over here if you haven't already, and like and subscribe. Everybody hit the like button, please. That definitely Federal Reserve has been renamed to S Credit Union. Metallicus works with credit unions. Yep, works with credit unions. I'm so high on Metallicus, man. Yeah, I think Metallicus is going to be a very, very good one. LCX is already tokenized diamonds, but for me, they always get the first mover advantage in laws. Definitely check out the last show I did on that. Let's go back here. So I just did a show here. LCX to $1. The crypto first mover ready to explode. They have a first mover advantage on tokenization laws. Definitely check out the show, okay? Because we go over that there. I did see that. That's what got me into looking into XPR and Metal and more. And XRP and Quant deep into info lately. Yep, there you go. XPR and Metal are the one. Yes, indeed. What's up, brother Jack Thompson? Yeah, he knows about XPR out here. What's up, brother? Appreciate you. Super Noof. What are your thoughts on Block V? I like Block V. I got a little bit of that put away. Definitely, I have some. But as far as like in my hierarchy of cryptocurrencies, it comes down a little bit down on the list. Definitely, I have some others above it, but I do like it. I definitely do like it when it comes to NFTs and how NFTs translate into loyalty rewards. I like it and Dragon Chain for that, actually. Once you go Ruel Black channel, you never go back. Let's start that comment, bro. I love it, bro. Thank you. I need to put that on the shirt, bro. I need to put that on the shirt. Now I gotta. The one guy I gotta take a picture of that. We gotta put that on the shirt, bro. I love it. That's hilarious, bro. Good question. I have more V currently than XPR. I have more XPR than V, by the way. XPR is the world computer. Ooh, ICS, the internet computer will actually definitely they would have a problem with that. But let's continue on here. LCX is in Liechtenstein, one of the richest countries in Europe. Definitely check out the LCX show that I did. Monty Metzger, the CEO, says that in a video that we play in that show. I like to sell my ZBCN. Again, staking, passive income. Phantom Beat has the idea out here, right? It felt like I was giving away Optimus Prime. I had when I was a kid, then it was given back to me as voice animated Prime. That's for real. 14% interest. See, again, one of the hardest problems of being rich or having wealth is to maintain it. Okay, and this passive income, that's the way, right? More than anything else is to make. Of course, when you first, that's how I first became an investor, right? Where I was like, oh, so I can get my money and I can make my money work for me. I can make my money make money. That this is the like final boss of making your money make money is passive income. Okay, so definitely, let's start that from Phantom Beat. And again, thank you T Riley for the super chat. Pete Glasser, nothing but protons. Let's go. Invest in Metallica is all you need. I wouldn't even bother with other coins. Whoa. I mean, I know what you're saying, and I'm kind of there with you. Shout out to Marshall Hayner for always liking my comments when I put them like on his stuff, and he actually made it so I can be like one of the few people to comment on stuff. So shout out to him for the love. Just like shout out to Joe Dragon of Dragon Chain for giving me an exclusive interview. If you guys haven't checked out that show, and Joe went into some stuff on that show. Let's go look at that video. If you haven't checked that show out already, Dragon Chain exclusive interview. We had Joe Dragon of Dragon Chain on, and he goes into it, bro. So definitely check that out if you haven't already. Not the only CEO we've had. We also had Robert Mao of ArcBlock on the channel as well. So shout out to both of those guys for coming on. Maybe we might try to see if we can get Marshall on one day, or try to see if we can get Simon Babakani on. We'll see. Shout out to those guys though. Simon did add me on X. So, shout out to him for adding me as a friend on X. That means a lot too. Like that he's recognizing, me talking about ZBCN. I really appreciate that. Can't wait until October, November. LOL, I'm broke as heck right now. Just had to drop massive money for boys college. I need some more time. Don't we all out here, Bobby Freedom USA? And you know what I mean? You're making the biggest investment right there for real, investing in your kids. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. But yeah, we definitely need some more time out here. Have all four horsemen. Ooh, what are the four horsemen, Jack? Tell us, give us spill the tea, bro. Bosnian Muslim, rainbow currency equals metal dollar. Ooh, interesting. How confident are you in cable? Okay, we answered that one. The flare symbol is the family crest of the Futter family, one of the Earth's most powerful banking families, of which there are 13. Jack, if you have some info on that, brother, send that my way. Yeah, send that my way, bro. I've been trying to research that, and I have not found that yet. I want to find that, though. If you have some research on that, please send it my way, brother. Nice info, Jack. New Jersey in the house. What's up, Les Square? Bobby Freedom USA. I don't have any metal at all. I guess I should at least throw a couple bucks when I can. I got zero liquid funds right now. Right here, metal X lending. This is the coolest way to do it because you can put your XPR on there, which they have over 1.3 billion on there lending, right? Which is almost a form of staking, the way they're doing it. Hugo Fillion goes into that on XRP. He said this is one of the ways you could offer, staking for XRP. He says this is a valid way to do it. He doesn't talk about XPR, right? But he says this is a valid way to offer some staking, quote unquote, for XPR, for XRP, excuse me. for XRP. So he does mention this in the whole Gen X thing that we were talking about. He doesn't mention this specifically, but he does mention this method that Metal X is employing right now. So this is almost like another form of staking. So you definitely want to do that, and you can get loan token for just doing this. I'm doing this and I'm loving it, bro. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Okay. Get some. Bobby, every single bank will run on metal. Ooh, wow. That's quite a statement, Bosnian Muslim. Layer 0. Yep, it is a layer 0 technology. Damn it, gotta go find some crap to pawn. I feel you. Bosnia, easiest route to get metal. I use Uniswap for most of my stuff. Still a semi-tech moron here. Still learning a lot, especially from guys like you, Root, Maximus, and great crews like y'all. So the easiest way is to get metal pay, and then to get the web auth wallet. So let's see if we can look that up right quick. Web auth wallet Metallicus. So for Metallicus, they have this cool thing where you can do a name tag, and that name tag is your address. So you can get the web auth wallet here. Hopefully it doesn't show mine. So this is what the web auth wallet looks like. You can get it on Google Pay and Apple Store. So basically what you do is you get the Metal Pay app, and the Metal Pay app is a fiat kind of on-ramp, okay? Just kind of like what Zebec is doing, but Metal, I guess, might be a little bit further along with it. But again, even though Metal is further along with it, it doesn't mean that Zebec isn't doing what Zebec needs to do, right? And Zebec is partnered with ADP, so don't think like I like both projects. So WebAuth, so you got the Metal Pay as kind of like the fiat on ramp. You use Metal Pay, you can put your fiat on that to buy whatever one of the ecosystem you want, and then with WebAuth, you can create your own like kind of name. Basically, I moved my Proton wallet over to this WebAuth wallet because it's, it has the DID in it. It's already KYC. So with the WebAuth wallet, that's when you can now take this and put your WebAuth wallet on MetalX lending. Okay? Because essentially, this is an official lending platform. They need to know who you are, right? They need your KYC, which is what the WebAuth wallet does. So essentially, MetalX Lending already has the platform to be able to do TradFi lending. And it's this right here. They already have it. MetalX Lending, WebAuth wallet. Right there, that's lending for them, period. WebAuth wallet has the KYC or the digital identity embedded into it. And here's the lending platform. So this is exactly what Simon Babakani of Zebec was talking about. If you want to do lending and you want to have it, and you want to do it properly, you have to have DID and KYC embedded into your stack. Metal already has that. Zebec is going to have it because they bought Gateknox, so they're going to have it embedded into their stack too. But Metal has it right now. Okay, so just look at the max supply for Metal blockchain. It's their coin. Yeah, their coin. It's theirs. They. They. Remember, they is the keyword for today, y'all. They. Metal decode on the Simpsons 250. Oh yeah. Oh, Metal 250 a coin. Let's go. That would be amazing. I think it'll do ETH numbers. Wow. You know what? I could see that. I really could see that. Not even playing. XPR and Zebec, Joe Montana and Jerry Rice. Let's go. Just like that. Just like that. Hall of Fame duo out here. Like beyond Hall of Fame duo. Because when you're talking about Jerry Rice and Joe Montana, you're talking about literally Hall Hall of Famers with Hall of Fame records that probably won't be broken. Like that. Just like that. Well, that's a yeah, that's one. I could swap 100. I could swap 1,000 XRP for metal, but that would be a huge amount of what I actually own in XRP. Man, see that choice is up to you to make, man. I can't make that one for you, but you know what I mean. I understand. I understand. $250 just a start, brother. 100% there, Jack. As far as a $250 metal, I can see that. 250 would be awesome. I wouldn't be complaining. 100%. What's your bearish price outlook for XPR this cycle, boss? Again, 18 cents. High 35 cents or more. But honestly, like I know with the market cap, it would sound crazy to get to $1 with market cap, right? But I think these things are gonna blast past market cap. Like honestly, I'm really thinking of these cryptocurrencies as assets, commodities that are going to be way worth more than gold. Again, check out that LCX video I made. Now, Monty does a pretty good job of saying, "Oh, on LCX we're gonna have gold and platinum and silver," and he makes a very great effort at smiling about that, right? To try to like really be jazzed up about that. But honestly, I think we're at a point in time where XPR, Zebec, Bitcoin, XRP, these things are going to be worth way more than gold, silver, and platinum. I know it sounds silly. I know it's like, okay, well, these things are like, you know what I mean? They're not physical, but I think they're going to be way more than the physical assets. Good night. Good night, Jack. Thanks for coming through, brother. I know bearish talk around here. 100% AD. None of my XRP is on centralized exchanges. But see, they're trying to incentivize people to bring it there. Well, I think probably most people's XRP is on centralized exchanges because people like Uphold, for instance. Uphold gives you constant airdrops for XRP. Like they've done Flare, they've done ZBCN, they've done. So I can imagine that a lot of people's XRP is on exchanges, and I think they want to pull it more to even more on exchanges, right? I have some XRP locked away in cold storage. I have some on exchanges. I have XRP everywhere. Like literally, I don't. Almost every exchange that has XRP on it, I have some XRP in there. Excuse me. Rue, what are your thoughts on HBAR, tokenizing stocks, and gold with swarm markets? Yeah, I think HBAR is highly slept on out here. Crypto Crossroads show. When you look at it, and again, I don't know if this is still on the World Economic Forum site or not. We'll see. Maybe we'll get them to take this down too. HBAR, Hedera. So the companies that are validators for Hedera, they also own them. Okay. And people, I think, miss that. Okay. Okay. So maybe we'll get them to take this down too. Hedera is a decentralized enterprise grade public network on which anyone can build secure, fair applications with near real time finality. The platform is owned and governed by a council of the world's leading organizations, including Avery Dennison, Boeing, Dentons, Deutsche Telekom, DLA Piper, this one FE Paz, WorldPay FIS, Google, IBM, LG, Malagaloo, Nomura, Swirls, Tata Communications, University College of London, Wipro, and Zane Group. So think about it. Again, Hedera, we know, has been offering staking forever. These companies have owned and governed this and have just been getting paid out in Hedera. Just paid like a perpetual engine of money. Okay. And they're still staking it. And it's one of the ones that you can stake on Hashpack, and it's one of the ones you can stake on Uphold. So it is owned and governed by the biggest companies in the world. And people do not think that this is like a gold. They're not recognizing this as a commodity when it's owned by the biggest companies in the world. I just don't understand that. And I was talking to somebody about this, bro. Like, I'm not even gonna bring it up. It was baffling about what they said, right? I'm not even gonna bring it up because it's gonna annoy me. But yeah, you can see right there, owned and governed by biggest companies in the world. Never sell Metallicus coins, just stake passive income 100%. Do you think Zebec will ever have their own ETF? Can you imagine what that would do to its price? Yep. I could imagine that. I could imagine there being an ETF of Stellar ecosystem or ETF of XRP ecosystem. That's gonna come. Okay, that's gonna come. Somebody's gonna clip that. That's gonna come very soon. Oh man, that's going to arrive very soon. Okay. Swapping XRP for the XLRP ledger is ripe for the picking. Y'all following Russo? You're all the way smarter than I am so far in crypto, so your opinions hold weight in my eyes. Think about swapping some XRP for metal is a solid bet. You know what I mean? I wouldn't, maybe a little, but definitely decide what that is for you. That's not financial advice, but I definitely think people should own some XPR. Okay. The things that it's doing with credit unions and the fact that it can already do lending is huge. Oh man, I wouldn't sell all my XRP. I definitely wouldn't do that. I know it's up to me, but my opinions for sure. Yeah, definitely. I think you should own some, but it's up to you how much that is. Not financial advice. Do whatever works for you. So, oh wow, that's bold for sure. Keep your XRP and get metal eco. Yep. Normies are already left in the dust. Sorry. Metal blockchain is infinite TPS layer 0 for banks. It will be so big. I agree with you. Start that. Infinite TPS layer for banks. I definitely agree with that. I've been solely XRP, Quant, HBAR, etc. utility. Just recently getting into Roo stuff, and it's making me switch my gears on the thought process. Yeah, man. I'm really looking out here for the passive income. We're really gonna look for ways to preserve wealth, but again, they're really about to enable for XRP holders to get that passive income, right? Because they know they're gonna want people to hold XRP forever. They're gonna want the largest people in the world to hold XRP and have it like a study generating thing for them forever. So XEN, very high on XEN as well. When we look at the Ondo ecosystem, they don't name them specifically, but I think they naming them with the and Shook Focus Digital has gotten into this before. The Connexis by JP Morgan. It used to be called Onyx, but they changed the name because they didn't want to confuse people into thinking it's Onyx. But guess what? It was Onyx. It is Onyx. Okay. So I think it does connect into Onyx. So by listing it right here, I think they mean XEN. Okay. because XEN connects up to this. Definitely have to check out Should Focus's video on that. But when they say this right here, I think they're pointing to XEN, right? So I rather invest in Ripple, the company, stocks than XRP. Nah. I'd rather invest in XRP than the stock. Hands down, 100% every day of the week. There's no question. Rather do XRP than the stock. Okay. Now, again, this is up to you guys, but for me, it's 100%. There's no question. Like every day, like there's not even a percentage point for me. I'd rather have the XRP than the stock, hands down. Period. No question. End of story. For me, just for me. But Bosnian Muslim, you're definitely entitled for your to your opinion. But just for me, I'd rather have XRP, no question. For crypto, definitely Metallicus. HBAR is good too. And thank you guys for interacting with this newbie and putting up with my questions. Oh, no problem. This is why we have the this is why I have the question and answer. Trump better do no taxes on crypto or the new crypto millionaires will move to other countries. 100% AD. Star that. What's your SHX outlook for this cycle? You think we'll get to 30 cents this cycle? Yeah, I think we'll blow past 30 cents. 33 cents was my SHX price prediction, and I'm keeping it there. But honestly, it's reminding me of Cardano. It's reminding me of a lot of different cryptos when the start of the cycle kind of happens, where like they're at like 2 cents, and you come and you turn around and look, and in January they're at $1. Like Cardano literally did something like this. Let me see if I can bring up Cardano's price chart. I know the amount of coins that they have are different, so it doesn't necessarily 100% line up. But this Cardano did this. Was this before it was on Coinbase? Yep, this is before it was on Coinbase. Because at this time, I was buying it on Voyager. Shout out to Voyager, which doesn't exist anymore. Because that was the only place I could buy it at that time. So, literally, this was like the June 2020. So, it was chilling. Right? Wow. Even further back. Have I been invested in crypto that long? Apparently so. Yeah, it was like 3 to 4 cents around here in no. So yep, it was 2020. So around 2020, all right, 2 to 3 to 9 cents or 3 to 4 cents. Only 2. So where was that at? That was May to only buy when? By April of the next year to be like at $1 or June. Oh, I'm way up there. So yeah, nope. It was around March. So really, it only took 8 months. And I don't think it's gonna take that long with Stronghold this time, because you can see the trajectory. It's way even crazier than what's going on with Cardano, or what went on with Cardano back then. So Cardano, it took from May to May of next year. Okay. Excuse me. And some people have compared what's going on with Stronghold to the same thing that happened with XRP in 2017, which it went even faster than that. So it went okay, I gotta get an even different chart for this. There we go. So 2017, it went from like 2 cents in February to 40 cents in June. So it only took it like what? 2 cents in April to some in June. So only took it like 2 months to go to like 40 something cents. And then later it was at $1 by it's basically at $1. Hard to see this. Okay, so it was $1 in December. So what? How long did that take? So basically 9 months. In 9 months it was at $1. That's something interesting to think about there. I always say the harder it is to get to more valuable. Yep, 100%. I agree with that. XCN and Swift moving together as usual. What's up, Wilhelm? Thanks for being a Patreon member and a membership member of the channel. Appreciate you, brother. Hugh Thenasa, the Thenasa, Thenasia. How big do you see metaverse coins being? Maybe not in the short term, but further down the track. Yeah, it had to be further down the track. I think they had to get all of this money type of stuff in first, all the stuff with payment. But then I think metaverse will kick in because honestly, I think AI is going to take a lot of jobs away from a lot of people. And what's going to be the fallback is that people are going to have to get jobs in the metaverse. I know that sounds like crazy, but that's where it's gearing up to be. I don't know if that's going to be in our lifetime or our kids' lifetime. So about like 20 years from now or 15 years from now. Um, but yeah, I think metaverses aren't going to move until all of the stuff is in place as far as crypto goes for people to kind of earn money with them. So that means like loyalty rewards and stuff like that. Things like Dragon Chain is working on. I don't think we see metaverses and things like that. Gaming, like Scale, also Scale Crypto. Shout out to their their chief of marketing for coming onto the channel for an interview. Um, you know, Andrew Saunders, really appreciate that. I don't think we see things like that happen until all the regulation is in place. So does that mean next year? Does that mean at the end of the year? Some of these coins are definitely at a bargain right now. But for me, I'm not messing with most of those coins at the moment. I think the bigger ones will be the ISO coins at the moment. Do you know why Smoke doesn't include metal and XPR as ISO coins? I don't know why Smoke doesn't include them or doesn't really talk about them like that. That's a good question. I don't know. You'd have to have some max on that one. But he does mention all the ISO coins, but he just doesn't really mention them like that. Um, Maybe that's just the one that Smoke only mentions in his smoke room. Which shout out to Smoke and his smoke room. That's like his like Patreon thing. Definitely check his channel for that. I think Smoke I think Smoke really doesn't get enough credit, and I don't think he gets probably I don't know, maybe his page, maybe his X is monetized, but almost all these channels use Smoke's research, including me. Like, bro probably deserves so much more money than he's making from YouTube, from the smoke room, and from X. Like, shout out to him for all the research he shares with the community, man. He's a godsend. But yeah, I don't know why he doesn't talk about them so much. 777, good stuff, brother. Thank you. I can't believe you're doing this. Oh man, no problem. I'm shadow banned. Be careful, bro. Okay, I definitely will. Yeah, and they say, like, shadow banned channels, you can't mess with them. But thanks for saying that, bro. Thanks, big bro. You'll see me in the Patreon. Let me catch up with life first. Thanks, bro. No problem, brother. No problem at all. Knackers O'Reilly will Flair and Songbird pump. I think so, but Flair is at this point where, like, it's just this consistent money generating engine. They will pump it at some point in time, but right now they are very okay with just letting that boy generate 5% interest when everybody's like invested in it. Because again, remember, they handed it out to XRP holders for free, airdrop. So literally, the biggest XRP holders are probably just holding on to it, generating income. But again, the last airdrop of Flare is 26 and like January 1st, 2026. That's probably when we see Flare flare off, if you will. So probably beginning of 2026. I appreciate you all the way from Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. Bed-Stuy, okay, let's go. Shout out to Bed-Stuy. I'm a big Mos Def fan. I think that Mos Def is from Bed-Stuy. Big Mos Def fan. Or Yassine Bey now. Shout out to him. Another Bey in the house with Mos Def there. Why is it when XCN pumps, Swift pumps, and vice versa? That's a good question. There might be some connection there between the networks. Let me see. It disconnected my session. So there might be some connection between those networks. There just might be. Well, we kind of know that there is a little bit, right? Because Swift is on Nautilus chain. Nautilus chain, I think, has some connections to XCN. So I do think there's some connections there. Strayway Zoe. What's up, Strayway Zoe? Bro, my Trust wallet is not connecting to Onyx staking. I'm not sure why that is, man. What's up, Creative Control? Big Rue, what it do? Best live out, my G. I appreciate you. Creative Control, definitely follow him for some of the best content out here on Twitter. Let me go share his Twitter, guys. I've definitely shared some of his research on ZBCN. Definitely give him a follow if you haven't already. Some of the best research out here on ZBCN. Definitely go give him a follow. I don't know why it's not pulling up. Okay, there we go. So yeah, definitely give him a follow, guys, if you haven't already. And why is that not checked? Definitely give him a follow. Some of the best Swift research out there, guys. Creative Control is a songwriting studio performance group integrating car themed lyrics with multi-genres. The car enthusiast genre is our creation. Let's go, man. I didn't even know you was into stuff like that. That's cool, bro. And I've been through Houston before, man. Houston's I really enjoyed living in Houston, man. It was a fun time in Houston. Like, everybody, or at least in my experience, everybody was nice to me in Houston. Like, and I'm not used to that in Detroit. People in Detroit, I think, are a little bit it's colder up there. We ain't as nice up there, man. What's going on with you, bro? Thanks for coming through. I Shall Speed Life, Zebec, $1 to $5 easy. Let's go. Zebec, baby. Let's go. XCN BlackRock's ISO. Ooh, interesting there from Sephiroth. Thank you for the super chat, Straightway Zoe, $2. Yeah, I'm not sure, bro. XCN will not connect to my Trust wallet. I'm really not sure what's going on there. You know what I mean? Like maybe you might want to look into getting a MetaMask wallet. Maybe that might be an option there. Lincoln Square Leonidas, XPR. Y'all see the Metallica's dude in the window of the purple rocket on Bearable Guys Crypto. Graham, ooh, I did not know that. Excuse me, I did not know that. Let's actually bring that up right quick. Bearable Guy. But yeah, shout out to Creative Control again. Definitely go subscribe to his X guys if you haven't already. Some of the best ZBCN research out there. See, 1, 2, 3. I think it's Bearable Guy 1, 2, 3, right? Bearable. There it is. And why? I swear, I checked all of these. I don't know what's going on out here. Okay, let's see. Is he in the window? You mean this guy? Okay, yeah, tell me which one you mean here. Lincoln Square. Which one? Of Purple Rocket. Okay, Purple Rocket. Let's see, Purple Rocket. Did I miss that one? Purple Rocket one. Okay, I probably gotta go up now. Okay, yeah. Okay, there we go. Is that him? Okay, let's see here. Let's open image in new tab. Share the tab instead. Zoom in. I don't know if that's Marshall, maybe. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. But that's interesting that they got a knight in there. I didn't realize this. Okay, let me zoom out of that. Come back over here. Straight, if they say trust me, don't. Ripple IPO going to dwarf circles. Yeah, and see, I'm saying, you can definitely own the IPO, but over the coin, no. The coin is definitely gonna be way, 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 way worth more than the IPO to me here. And again, you'll know that if you check out Max Smoke and Jesse's video. Real, I watched a video, and because Ripple has so much XRP and XRO, that depending on the IPO, you could get it at a discount because of the amount of XRP they hold in escrow. Are you saying that you can get the the IPO at a discount? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that's true. I don't know. Maybe you can get the IPO or it at a discount if you hold XRP or something like that, I'm not sure. But I still think that the coin will be worth way more than the IPO. Because if we think about the coin as a world reserve currency, and that's what everything is going to run on, to me, that makes that holds so much about more value than the stock. And I encourage you to look at, like, there was a bank that failed. I think it was like First Financial Bank or something like that. And it was something like, who was the company? I think it was like JP Morgan or whatever. JP Morgan ended up buying the customers from First Financial Bank, but they didn't buy the shares, and the shareholders were just, of course, if you were like a big, I think the people that were like big shareholders were already hip to this and had already sold. But basically, if you look into First Financial Bank, JP Morgan bought the share, bought the, like, the customers, but left the stock. They figured out some type of loophole where they could do that, where they could buy the customers and leave the stock. So I don't know how much the stock is going to hold value as much as the coin XRP. Now, I'm not saying not to buy the stock. I'm not saying that the stock might not have its day and go up and all of this other stuff. But I'm saying the coin, and as far as what the coin is going to do, as far as the staking and the passive income that the coin is going to provide, to me, the coin holds way more value than the stock does. Okay? That's just me. That's just me. Due to the passive income, um, due to what they're going to use it for, the coin to me holds way more value than the stock. Now, again, I'm not saying not to people not to buy the stock. I'm just saying that if you're listening to somebody telling you that the stock is more valuable than the coin, I just don't have that belief. That's just me personally. Crypto Clay, baby cub market, no more bears. What's up, Crypto Clay? Lincoln, I did not notice that. I'll have to take a look. Someone smarter than me brought it up. No worries. What's up, Rue? What's up, Crypto family? What's going on, Clay? LCX is the ISO 2002. What's up, Maui Mixer? Maui Mixer. I love that name. What's up? Stablecoin is CBDC. Wake up, family. Yep. I mean, and it's just so funny too, because people think that they're different, but virtually, like, they're the same thing. They're the same thing. And I understand why people think that they're different, but virtually they're the same thing. Virtually, right? Now they say that China has a CBDC, and that's different from a stable coin, and maybe it is. Maybe it is a little bit. So it's kind of hard to make this distinction. You could say that they're the same thing, but that's where people are gonna get. That's where people are gonna give you some pause because of China. Well, what can you do, right? Uh, Fishing with Camel Joe. What's up? What's up, Joe? That one guy, has anyone bought Eve coin? That's curious. That's hilarious. Chillin', love Queef about as much as I love Hugo. That's hilarious. Um, Thank you all for giving me more fuel to look into. I got to crash for work. I'll definitely try and get on another live with y'all. I must appreciate it. No problem. Zebec going to $1.50. That one guy. I keep getting a user rejected. That's crazy. That's crazy straight away. So I wouldn't try with that wallet anymore. I'd try with another one. Probably see if you can get a MetaMask or something like that. Barry Sanders was a badass brother, 100%. What's up, Riviera Group? Hit the like button, join the Blackrue Crew Patreon. It's a vibe, y'all. And just so you know, Riviera Group, I was not referring to you when I was talking about normies and AI and stuff like that. Just so you know, brother. I know you know about crypto and stuff like that. Just so you know. I know you're knowledgeable brother out here. So just so you know, brother, I respect you and I appreciate you. Where do you see XEN going this cycle? Is barely moving on the low end, or XEN, excuse me. Um, okay, that's a good one. Again, with the 33 cents, because it's actually closer in price to ZBCN, or closer in coins. So for instance, right, we were looking at we're using CAS as our example here, and we put ZBCN in there. I think XCN is half of ZBCN's price, or half of its supply. So CAS at an all-time high is this. Now, if we look at XCN, which I think they're going to use this for like NASDAQ and different things like that with JP Morgan and stuff like that. So you see 6 cents if it gets to that. An all-time high, 14 cents. Yeah, I think it's going to go way over. I think it's going to be more like 33 cents. If you think about the things that it's used for, you think about the partners. It has Visa as a partner. NASDAQ. Let's bring up crypto rank. Yeah, I think it can go higher than 14 cents. Personally. So if you look at some of the partners here, Pantera Capital, Digital Currency Group, Visa, NASDAQ. See what I'm saying? So I think we're going to be pleasantly surprised with a lot. Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't even showing it. So Onyx Coin Investors, Pantera Capital, Digital Currency Group, Visa, NASDAQ Ventures, 500 Global. A lot of these are Fiserv. A lot of these have some crossover and overlap with ZBCN and also with XPR, right? And XRP. So very interesting. Been so busy topping up SHX, I forgot Swisscoin is still around. They yeah, they is anyone having issues with yep, seriously? Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't use Trust Wallet. I'm so sorry, bro. And I know you gave a super chat too. If anyone has any answers for Strayways though, let us know. And Strayways though, you can also get in the Telegram, or you know what I mean, and maybe some people have some answers there. Thanks for the love, Rue. No problem. Chase the APYs, make enough money, it eventually goes to work for you 100%. Hey Max, what's going on, bro? I've been mentioning you all show, bro. Hey everyone, let's go. In case anyone doesn't know Max's channel, but mosey on down here and you'll see Max. Okay, if we go to my homepage, I guess. And then mosey on down. You'll see Max's channel. Definitely go over there and subscribe, like and subscribe if you haven't already. Well, like I was saying, guys, definitely check out those 3 videos. Him, Smoke, and Jesse from Apex Crypto Consulting did. The banned video is, I think, still on Max's X. The reward of staking requires you to keep your crypto on an exchange, which is a risk. Not sure about the trade-off. It's worth it unless you can stake it in cold storage. Yeah, that is a risk, but you know what? I'm starting to think that they made us fear staking because they didn't want us to think about passive income. Like most of the early things with staking were things where people over leveraged themselves. Like for instance, Celsius, where they were offering like freaking like 12 or 13% on USDC. that was way over leveraged, way over leveraged. So if you go to a platform like like we were just showing with Metal X, it's not over leveraging itself. It has algorithms in place to adjust these numbers. You know what I mean? So I think something like that, something like Uphold, where they have insurance. You know what I mean? They have insurance on the stuff that you put in there. You have to double check and see if they have insurance on the staking as well. I think they do. I think they do, but definitely double check that. But I know the Uphold platform offers some type of insurance. I'm not sure if it's on the cryptos you just hold there, all the cryptos, or all the ones you stake as well. Double check into that. But there are some measures in place when it comes to that. What's up, Triple JJ? Yeah, Triple JJ, JJJ. Hey Ruel, have you looked into Fuel Network? If so, what do you think of it? I have not looked into Fuel actually. What's up, AZ Marine? What's going on, man? I follow this guy on Threads. Definitely check him out on Threads. What do you think of Swift C will do this bull run? You know what? 33 cents. I know I keep saying 33 cents, but again, if we go to market cap of a, it kind of lines up with Cass here. Let's do Swift coin. So Cass as an all-time high, 5 billion. That's under this mark, right? That's under here, right? So if it gets to 5 billion market cap, and we know market cap isn't a 1-to-1, right? Because they can get money in there in a surge and it can go beyond this, right? But if it were just to get to 5 billion market cap, that's 50 cents. If it just gets to 2.3, that's 22 cents, right? And think about all the things that Swift blockchain connects, right? If we were to just go look at that, oh shoot, I'm not showing it, I'm sorry. So here's Swift blockchain compared to Cass. 5 billion will get it to 50 cents. 2.3 will get it to 22 cents. And then think about all the different things that Swift blockchain can do, all the different things it connects. I think it's authorized by the authority of Singapore, the monetary authority of Singapore. So they can do like trading anywhere pretty much, right? And we've shown you on the website all the different chains it connects to, and we've shown you that it connects to Stellar. But just to remind you guys, chain supported all of these, including Stellar, which they don't list still, but we know it supports Stellar because we went in here and found Stellar stablecoin, Stellar's USDC here. They also support RLUSD. They also support Paxos's GUSD. They support everything. So literally anything can run on and run through and go through Swift. And Swift blockchain also recently opened up lending. We have a show coming for this. So again, I told you lending is going to be the key. Swift already offers lending. Swift offers lending. Metal offers lending. Zebec is going to offer lending for payroll. Okay? All of these lending platforms are going to, I think, going to do bank, right? And we know this in this world, right? Credit cards, payday loans, all of this. Lending is it. Lending is the key, right? Lending is where all these companies make all their money. The freaking credit card companies, right? We know this, right? We know this. So Swift is going to lead there. Metal is going to lead there. Zebec is going to lead there. And LCX, I think, is also going to lead there. So I think 33 cents is going to be easy for Swift. What up, Max? All praise it to the Most High. Let's go. Which metal? Metal DAO or Metal Blockchain? Metal Blockchain is the one that people are saying going to like 250. But of course, XPR is like the Ethereum to that network. Okay, you know, so if you're looking for that network's kind of Ethereum, that's XPR. Then if you look at the loan token, that's kind of the loyalty rewards that they offer for the loan platform, for the lending platform. So they're paying you out in loan, which I think that token is going to be something because it's attached to the lending platform. I'm not sure you can see my messages, bro. I can see your messages here, but I don't know where else you would be sending me messages. Blockchain IIRC. Not sure what that means. What's up, Dave? Metal DAO or Metal Blockchain? Metal Blockchain. Look up Economist Magazine Quantum Leaps on Google. Go to the images. Yep, me and Max were talking about that this weekend. Actually, we were talking about that one this weekend, but I'll have to do a show on that one. Yes, it scares me sometimes when I think of all the money we have in the future. I'm going to be smart with the money, but I'm definitely going to help the less fortunate and start a foundation. That's cool, man. That's really cool. Praising to the Most High. They, yeah. So you'll put they at the end once the live stream ends, and you'll put it in because once the live stream ends, then you can make comments in the video that helps spread the video around. Awesome. Title, I want to be a millionaire. What's up, Paul Andrew? Let's go. Holding XPR, XEN, Ondo, HBAR, and ZBCN. Let's go with the drum roll. Like, I love it. I love it. How long have you been on? Not getting alert again, bro. 2 hours and 17 minutes. Yeah, I don't know why that is, bro. I just really don't know. Gotta be a legend. I'm new to this. Been learning, got some XRP, XLM, XPR, ZBCN, and Stronghold. Lost my job a month ago. Used some severance pay to give this a try. Lost out on Bitcoin at 100 a year ago. Lesson learned. Bro, you ain't the only one here that lost out on Bitcoin, man. I remember my boss, shout out to Brunswick. You know who you are. He told me about Bitcoin at around $100 too. And I didn't do it. Bro. But looking back, hey, I'm where I need to be. I'm where I need to be. And shout out to you, man. That's a really excellent portfolio. Gotta be a legend. I really like that portfolio you got there, man. Of course, those are all the coins we talk about on the channel too. Man, I wish you well, man. I really wish you well out here. You know what I mean? It's really terrible to lose your job, man. But I think you got the right idea here with these cryptocurrencies. Not financial advice or anything like that. But man, I wish you well, and you'll be in my prayers, bro, for real. Shout out to you. Thanks for watching. A legendary move. Gotta be a legend. We will make it 100%. Quant the Overledger. What's up, Chris? Chris is not the Indian. The Indian. I forget what the hand is. What they call it. Where do you buy SHX? Day Watts. You can buy it on Stellar Term. So with Stellar Term, all you gotta do is send some Stellar over there. So you make an account, you send some Stellar over there. You can also do it with Lobster Wallet, but with Lobster Wallet, you gotta be kind of careful. So that's why I tell people kind of Stellar Term. Cause it's more like it's more, I don't want to say quote unquote foolproof, but it is. Over on Stellar Term, you just make an account, you send some Stellar over there, and then you swap that Stellar into SHX. But you can also do it on the Lobster Wallet. Only thing with the Lobster Wallet, you must be sure that you got the right contract for Stellar, or for Stronghold, excuse me. Because they have some fakes on Lobster Wallet. So let me go and show you where you can get the contract. you got to go over here to Coin Market Cap, put in Stronghold, and then go down to contracts, and you'll see the Stellar contract. You want to make sure if you're doing Lobster Wallet, you got this Stellar address, okay? So if you want to do it in an easier way, you go to Stellar Term, you get some XLM wherever you got your XLM. I think you can get your XLM from Coinbase, but I think they also Stellar Term they allow for you to buy crypto. It might be a certain minimum, like you got to put in like $200 or something like that. But other than that, you can move your money from Coinbase or from Uphold your XLM over and then swap it that way. Paul Andrew got some quant as well. I figure all the money will be used somewhere else, like I did when I could have gotten BTC up at 100. I am still here. I'm still okay. Made me confident enough to do this, so I should be okay. Appreciate the. I'll pray for you, brother. I found it on Lobster at Dre Day Watts. We'll all thrive 100%. Yep, remember to put after the end here. GS, hello, Ruin Crew. What's up, GS? Regular watcher there. John Burrett. If Ripple gets that banking license and frees the sale of XRP and use that escrow, they will skyrocket XRP price. Plus, with wrapping XRP with Flare, the FSS Flare will skyrocket. But why would they freeze the sale of XRP? That part I don't understand. If Ripple gets the banking license and freeze the sale of XRP and use that escrow, that will skyrocket XRP price. Plus, I think you mean freeze because they do have bots that they have working where the bots keep the price at a certain amount. I think I understand what you're saying. So if they get the banking license and they turn off the bots and then use that escrow, XRP price will skyrocket. Yep, along with fair. Okay, got you, John Burnett. Yeah, because I think they do. And Jake Claver, shout out to him, man. He's talked about this where they do need, and many people have talked about this, including Max, I believe. They need XRP at a certain minimum price to run everything around the world, right? Again, the whole fixed theory with the water hose and the water pressure, right? Where there needs to be this constant flow, right? So there needs to be this flow, right? Of for XRP where they need XRP at that certain flow price, that certain pressure. Let's say that, right? Certain pressure of water where they need it at that certain flow in order to get money moving around the world the way they need it moving, right? So think about now ISO being alive for the world, 11, 22, 25. They're going to need XRP at a certain price to move all the money around the world. Is that price $100? Is that price $1,000? Is it $2,000? We shall see. I know one of the things Jake Claver said was by the 1st of January, he sees a $2,000 XRP. Is that true? Could that happen? I don't know. We shall see. But yeah, like I'd be happy with a $100 XRP. I'd be ecstatic with a $100 XRP, right? You and Maximus hyped up Jasmine coin a year ago, but that's dropping now. What happened to Jasmine? Well, I know Max spoke a lot on Jasmine, and I always refer people to his channel. I don't have too many Jasmine videos, but I did constantly mention my guy Maximus about Jasmine, and he does such a good coverage with Jasmine. For me, it was like there's no point to cover it, but I still do believe in Jasmine. Yeah, I still believe in Jasmine, and he has a video coming out here pretty soon in which both he and I, in which Jasmine and SHX are connected. So again, with a lot of these cryptos, just like Swift, right? Swift has gone down and has stayed at around the cent area. So has Jasmine. These are the coins that are more for the ISO around the world. They're more for the other part of the world. Jasmine with Japan, and Swift with China and Russia and other BRICS nations companies or countries, excuse me. So again, when you think about these, because what you said kind of sounds a little accusatory, and like I feel like you're kind of attacking my friend a little bit right there. Um, these are assets, and got to look for the end game and not necessarily, okay, what's the price right now? What's the price right now? We're all guilty of looking at what's the price right now, right? Type of feeling. But what's the end game with these? I feel like Swift blockchain has an end game of 33 cents. As far as Jasmine goes, you have to ask Max on that one. I'm still holding Jasmine. I'm not sure, but I know Max has done videos with Jasmine over $1, and I would tend to side with my guy on that. I would tend to side with my guy Max on that. Anyone messing with WikiCat? Me, I don't know anything about WikiCat. What's up, Yusuf El Bay? Another Bay in the house. What's up, brother? And I know, yeah, what's up, brother Bay? I saw you on somebody else's video. I think it might have been Chicago Crypto Bully. Definitely check him out, guys, too. I taken one of his courses, and it was a very nice course on DeFi because I don't do DeFi that much. Shout out to Chicago Crypto Bully. I'm probably butchering my bro's name. I think it's Chicago Block Bully. Chicago Block Bully. I think that's his name. Shout out to him, man. He does some great content out here. What are your thoughts on Mocha Coin? I know my guy Underdog Research Channel covers that. I know also I've seen my guy Crypto Crossroads Show also talk about Mocha. I haven't done that much research on it, to be honest, Yusuf El Bebe. And I don't always want to shoot it straight with you guys on things that I haven't done as much research on. I'm hesitant to comment on them, but I do respect Underdog Research Channel, and I do respect the Crypto Crossroads Show, and they seem to be very high on the coin. I will have to do some more research on that and give you my own personal opinion on that. But right now, since I haven't done any research on it, I can't say, to be honest. You passed it. You're looking out the window at night. That's Brad G. Okay, got you. Window of the rocket flare is a beast. Okay, I have to relook at that. It says some of required chains not supported yet. I've been staking since February without any issues on Onyx. Weird, good amount staked. Man, I don't know what to say on that one, bro. I would try to get into some official trust wallet. I would call them personally. I would, if I was you, to call Trust Wallet and see what's going on there. I have no information on that, bro. I really do not know. XRP would be at a discount if the IPO price was lower than what 40 billion in escrow is. Yeah, that part I don't know either. Lincoln Square Leonidas, I haven't done any research on how the IPO price would impact the coin price, or vice versa. Flare FX, that's going live soon. Now that I've done a little research on that, and yeah, I'm really hyped for that, and that's gonna have staking for XRP on Uphold. I can't wait for that. I'm gonna probably move a lot more of my XRP on Uphold because of that. Scallywag, what's good, fam? Hedging against Ripple banking license with a key to back. Didn't mean to spam you, bro. I didn't think you could see the messages, and I feel like I'm about to be out all that money, girl. Yeah, man. No spamming. I don't feel like it's spamming. Like really, I wish I could give you your file. Like thank you for the super chats, man. I wish I could help you. I really wish I could help you, especially since you super chatted. Um, but I really don't have any information on that, bro. Um, yeah, my best bet I think to you would be to call like Trust Wallet, and definitely don't go on any sites or anything like that, or go into like the Telegram, because people will try to scam you. Like I would literally go on to Trust Wallet's official website and find an official number and call them, because if you try to go into these telegrams and stuff, somebody will try to scam you. But my suggestion would be to like go into official Trust Wallet website and get like an official number or something from them and call them about that, man. Not financial advice or whatever, but that would be what I would do if I were in that situation. Michael Taylor, you hold XRP? Yes, I do hold XRP. I do hold XRP. XDC is another good alternative. I hold that too. I have way more. Well, technically, I think I have more XDC tokens, but just barely. I have more XDC tokens, but my XRP is worth way more than my XDC. What's your price outlook on Digibyte? I heard there are nodes out there that are extremely fast. I have not looked into Digibyte, but I heard a lot of people swear by Digibyte, and I do think Digibyte is one of those like sleepers that may be an actual world reserve currency that no one ever talks about. Where do you buy Kita? I don't know. I don't know about Kita. Which cryptos? Samuel Alvarado. The money's in the processing, it seems. Star that comment. That's the thing. It's the processing, the whole ISO 2002. Like all the money's there with the whole transfer, cross-border remittance payments, the whole ISO system, the whole SWIFT system. That is exactly where the money is. Got to be a legend, 100%. What do you hold? Well, my patrons have a list of everything. We do bi-weekly watch lists and monthly stock watch lists. So my patrons pretty much know where I stand on that. But generally everything I talk about I hold. But yeah. So I don't want to deal with that taxes process. I pray for free. Yep, me too, Shan enlightenment. I pray for that. But Eric Trump said it will pass. So that should pass, the zero capital gains tax on cryptos. Again, who will be benefited the most by that? Corporations. Remember what I just showed you, right? Hedera, owned and governed by, right? So the corporations are the ones who are going to benefit the most from zero capital gains tax on cryptos. Period. End of story. So so people think like, oh, they'll never pass that because that won't benefit. You know what I mean? That doesn't benefit the nation because of no, it's going to benefit corporations. They think, okay, they'll never pass that because that won't benefit, you know what I mean, the taxpayers or the government. No, it's going to benefit the corporations, who is ultimately who they want to benefit anyway, right? Thank you, Jesus, for this opportunity and this wealth transfer. 100%, 100%. Trade Klaus, B Bathway, right? Can't let it go crazy. I agree, Shan. That would be amazing. What's good, Rue? What's up, Mike Main in the house? Long time patron, long time watcher. How about Afrium? I have a little Afrium. Rue, if XRP needs to be a certain price to run everything, imagine what price Zebec would have to be as well to run the payroll space. That's a good. Let's start that. That's honestly very interesting. I never even thought about that. I never considered that. That'll be yeah. That's nice. I like that. Let's go back to that. Let me take a little picture there. I love I love that thinking there. So Pete Glasser, if it's not BSA certified, it's not a priority for me. What do you think? XDC will be more than XRP. Trust me. Ooh, I don't know about that. Um, but they run like kind of, they're definitely related. So I don't know if it'll be more than that, but it'll definitely be in there with it. But in the whole thing about misdirection, if they're pointing you right towards the XRP, heck, maybe XDC, maybe Stronghold, maybe XLM will be more, for all we know, right? But again, like every time, it always seems like they're trying to get people to sell XRP, sell XRP, sell XRP. You know, sell your XRP for this, sell your XRP for that, sell your. Well, how about I just don't sell my XRP? You know what I mean? Like so many people will come out just out of the woodworks, even, and I believe in ZBCN, and ZBCN is my largest holding. But then people will come out and say, sell your XRP for ZBCN. Like, no, why would you sell your XRP? Buy them both. No, I'm not selling my XRP for anything. Sell your XRP for Ripple stock. No, I'm not going to sell my XRP for Ripple stock. Thank you very much. Keep it moving. Sell your XRP. Like, it always seems like somebody's coming out saying some stupid shit about selling XRP. No, I'm not selling my XRP. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I just started this weekend and got in late on XPR. It's kind of expensive to take a chance. But again, if you think about it, got to be a legend that it'll never be, or like pretty soon to never be under a cent again. I think that's a good chance to take, brother. I think that's a good chance to take. Yeah, bro. I don't do Telegram groups. I'll contact them directly in the morning sometime. Merci. Yep. 100%, man. And I figure you seem like you were you were not a newbie at this, but just in case you were, I thought I would say that, bro. But I'm glad to hear that, man. I'm glad to hear that. Corps are lobbying for no tax for sure. Yep, 100% be pathway. Metal is the only layer 0 BSA compliant ISO 2002 right now. Yes, Peak Laser, that's right. And Zebec is going to get there. But yes, Metal is the only one right now. And they are also SOC 2 compliant right now, too. So is Stronghold, by the way. They're not at layer 0, but they are ISO compliant, BSA compliant, and SOC 2 compliant. Now, Stronghold. So don't sleep on them either. I'm sorry, I meant XRP. Okay, gotcha. No problem. Yeah, XRP too. Like a lot of people got priced out in the move from $30 to $3. But again, when you think about how, again, if you watch the videos that Max Smoke and Jesse put out, unlimited potential for XRP as far as an asset goes. So imagine just if it's $100 XRP, if that's the minimum needed to get everything flowing, which I think that's probably even low. Maybe it needs to be 1,000 even. Even at $100, that's what, 33x from now? And again, remember, staking it and earning percentage for the rest of your life, because think about it. If they're going to use this to run the whole system, people are going to be holding XRP for a long time. And it's going to be very important too for you guys, as far as like if you're going to have these on the exchanges, you better have all your like next of kin stuff set up, all of that stuff set up right, man, so they don't take your crap. Omni 25, you have any new Omni updates for us? Been a while. Appreciate you and love your lives. I don't know. Did I have ever talked about Omni? I'll have to look into Omni. Not trying to get financial advice, gotta be legend, but make sure you're building a balanced portfolio. Sounds like you have a lot of large cap coins. Definitely consider some of the smaller caps. What's up, Esco 215? Thanks, my man. That's why I'm here learning. Yep. that could be some area, right? But I liked what you said of with your portfolio. You know what I mean? I wouldn't dabble too much, you know what I mean? But of course, definitely look into everything, right? And of course, the Patreons and a resource for that as well. Um, Thank you guys so much for. Let's read this one for sure. I've subscribed. Didn't know about SHX being BSA compliant. Thanks for that, Jim. That's big. I had an epiphany about Avalanche and EOS today. LOL. Snow Protocol in with metal. All right, yeah, we did a nice long 2 hour and 40 minute show. Remember, guys, we are also in the video section. We're working on providing you guys more under 20-minute content. I appreciate all you guys for coming through. Delta Ghost Zero, ZBCN, Self Key, let's go. Again, after the live ends, put they in the comments. It helps spread the video around, and we definitely want to spread the video around. Thank you guys so much. I'm out. Peace.